Imagine standing on a wall, looking out at an army so vast it darkens the horizon. This isn't a movie scene. This was the terrifying reality for King Hezekiah and the people of Jerusalem. The Assyrian Empire, a brutal and seemingly unstoppable force, had crushed every nation in its path. Now, they stood at the gates of Jerusalem, a sea of soldiers, siege engines, and chariots stretching as far as the eye could see. The air was thick with fear. People huddled in the streets, whispering, their faces pale with dread. How could their small kingdom possibly survive this? From the enemy lines, a high-ranking Assyrian commander, the Rabshakeh, strode forward. His voice, amplified by the silence of the tense standoff, boomed across the valley. He didn't just demand surrender. He mocked them. He laughed at their defenses. He ridiculed their king, and he dared to belittle their faith in God. He shouted, "Don't let Hezekiah deceive you. Can your God save you from the king of Assyria? Which of the gods of all these lands has been able to save their country from me?" His words were like poison, designed to seep into the hearts of the people and crush their spirit before the first arrow was even fired. Every taunt echoed through the city, a constant, terrifying reminder of their seemingly hopeless situation. King Hezekiah heard the mockery, and he felt the crushing weight of his people's fear. He knew their military strength was no match for the Assyrians. But instead of devising a desperate battle plan or negotiating a humiliating surrender, he did something radical. He tore his clothes in grief and despair, covered himself in sackcloth, and went straight to the temple. He didn't just go to perform a ritual. He went to pour out his heart. He fell to his knees and laid the entire, impossible situation before God. His prayer was honest and raw. He acknowledged the power of the Assyrians, the nations they had destroyed, and the terrifying threats they had made. He prayed, "O Lord, our God, deliver us from his hand, so that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that you alone, O Lord, are God." He wasn't just asking for survival. He was asking for a miracle that would prove God's power to the world. Shortly after his desperate prayer, a message arrived. The prophet Isaiah, a man who spoke for God, came to Hezekiah with an astonishing promise. Isaiah declared, "This is what the Lord says concerning the king of Assyria. He will not enter this city or shoot an arrow here. He will not come before it with shield or build a siege ramp against it. By the way that he came, he will return. He will not enter this city, declares the Lord." Imagine hearing that. The most powerful army in the world is camped outside your walls, threatening to annihilate you. And you're told, "Don't worry, they won't even shoot an arrow." It was a promise that defied all logic, all military strategy, and all human understanding. Hezekiah had a choice: trust the terrifying reality he could see, or trust the impossible promise he had heard. He chose to trust. That night, an eerie silence fell over the valley. The usual sounds of a massive army, the shouting, the hammering, the crackling of thousands of campfires, slowly faded away. Inside Jerusalem, the people waited, their hearts pounding with a mixture of hope and fear. What was happening out there in the darkness? When the first rays of dawn broke over the hills, the lookouts on the city walls peered into the morning mist. As the sun rose higher, an unbelievable sight was revealed. The valley was empty. The endless rows of tents were gone. The siege engines had vanished. The mighty Assyrian army had disappeared. There had been no battle, no final assault, no surrender. The Bible tells us that an angel of the Lord went through the Assyrian camp that night and struck down 185,000 soldiers. When the Assyrian king, Sennacherib, woke up, he found his army decimated. Defeated without a single fight, he broke camp and retreated in disgrace, never to threaten Jerusalem again. The people of Jerusalem witnessed a deliverance so complete and so miraculous, it could only have come from God. Hezekiah's story teaches us a powerful lesson about facing our own unbeatable armies. Whether it's a difficult diagnosis, financial crisis, or a seemingly impossible challenge, when the odds are stacked against you and the voice of fear is shouting in your ear, courage isn't about having all the answers or being the strongest. Courage is about turning to God first, not as a last resort. It's about laying your fears before Him and choosing to trust His promise, even when everything you see tells you it's hopeless. Hezekiah's victory wasn't won on the battlefield. It was won in the temple, on his knees. And that's a source of strength we can all draw from. Thanks for watching. If this story encouraged you, please like and subscribe for more.